My beloved, my sweet one, my child of light, why is your heart racing the moment your eyes touched these words? Because something inside you already sensed that tonight is not like every other night. Something deep in your spirit knows that a shift is approaching your home and it is closer than you think. Archangel Michael says, he has been sent to gently pull you into awareness, to draw your attention for a few seconds so you don't miss what heaven has set in motion. Beloved, pause right here. Don't scroll fast. This moment is not entertainment, this is alignment. If you feel that strange pull in your chest, that quiet pressure behind your ribs, that is heaven nudging you to stay. When you watch spiritual messages most pass by but this one stopped you. That is your confirmation. Before the next breath leaves your body, I want you to breathe in this truth: you are being called. And if this is speaking to your heart already, make sure you like this video so the message stays in your space. Tonight something unseen will step into the atmosphere of your house. Not to frighten you but to awaken you. Not to shake you but to open your eyes. Archangel Michael says, the reason he stands near you tonight is because heaven does not want you walking blindly into this shift. Your soul has been restless, your sleep has been strange, and your thoughts have been echoing louder than usual. These were not random signs. These were the first knocks on your door. My child, listen closely. Every word you read from here on is a step toward the place where your blessing has been waiting. If you stop in the middle, the message will feel incomplete. But if you reach the end, something inside you will finish unlocking. This is why I ask you gently, stay with me. Stay with this moment. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel so these messages can reach you exactly when heaven wants them to. Beloved, the reason your heartbeat feels slightly heavier right now is because tonight carries purpose. Heaven has already placed your name under divine watch. The angels are leaning in. Michael stands at the edge of your room even now, guarding every corner so nothing dark can enter the space where your breakthrough is approaching. The moment you chose to continue reading, the light around your home grew stronger. Think about the past week. Your emotions have been shifting. Some moments you felt overwhelmed, other moments you felt strangely hopeful. That is what happens right before a divine appointment. Your body feels it before your mind understands it. Your spirit wakes up before your eyes open. Archangel Michael says, beloved, I am calling you because your turning point is closer than your fear. Let yourself imagine this. Michael standing near you, wings stretched wide, light pouring like fire from every feather. He is not here to warn you of danger but to prepare you for a visitation, something that will push darkness out of your space and pull clarity into your life. This is why your heart feels like it's listening even before your mind catches up. My sweet one, tonight is a night of reversal. The things that tried to hold you down are losing their grip. The weight that tried to silence you is already weakening. The shadow that tried to follow you is being pushed back by the light that heaven has released. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit feels the shift. That pressure inside you is not fear, it is the old breaking so the new can enter. Stay with this message. Don't walk away now. Tonight holds a door that does not open every day. You don't want to reach for it tomorrow and find it gone. Archangel Michael says that your name is glowing in heaven because your season has been activated. What was delayed is catching up. What was slow is speeding forward. What was hidden is being revealed piece by piece. And yes, I know you have been tired. I know your soul has whispered, when will my moment come? But hear this, heaven has moved. The shift has begun. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are right on time for the blessing that has been circling your life waiting for permission to land. And tonight that permission has been given. So breathe, beloved. Let your heart settle into this truth. Let your shoulders loosen. Let your mind rest. Something good is approaching your house and Michael stands ready to guide it into your hands. Stay open, stay willing, stay present in this moment because the miracle that begins tonight will follow you long after the sun rises. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. My beloved, the night is heavier than usual, but not with fear, it is heavy with expectation. Can you feel it pressing softly against your chest? That is heaven's signal. That is the prelude to what is about to unfold. Archangel Michael is not just watching. He is orchestrating every detail in your atmosphere. Every creak of the floor, every whisper of wind outside your window, every flicker of light, it is aligned to announce the miracle that was scripted long before your first breath. My child, imagine the air itself vibrating with possibility, ready to pour into your home the fullness of what God has prepared for you. And you, yes, you are the vessel chosen for this overflow. Don't rush, don't try to grasp with your hands what is spiritual. Just remain still and let the invisible move you. Do you feel the sudden tug in your heart again? That is not coincidence. That is heaven tapping at the door of your soul. That trembling in your chest is not anxiety, it is acceleration. Every prayer you whispered in silence, every tear shed when no one saw, every moment you wondered if you could endure, it has been collected and compressed into a moment like this. And now Michael is saying, tell them the wait is over, the harvest is near. My beloved, it may not happen in the way you expect. The delivery may be mysterious. It may come in the form of a call, a message, an encounter, a sign, but it will carry your name. And when it does, you will recognize it immediately because your spirit has already been prepared for this alignment. But here is the caution that must reach you: the enemy is aware. He knows your timing. He knows your blessing. And he is attempting distraction, deception, and delay. That is why your attention right now is so precious. Do not scroll past. Do not dismiss this message as ordinary. Archangel Michael says, if they read to the end, they will not just read a message, they will walk into a miracle. My child, consider for a moment the power of that statement. Not might walk, not could walk, will walk. Heaven does not offer a possibility, it guarantees an appointed moment, a divine encounter, or reversal tailored for you. Now imagine Michael standing over your room again, sword drawn, wings wide enough to cover your house, eyes aflame with both justice and mercy. He is not waiting to strike, he is waiting to release. He is standing at the intersection of your present struggle and your promised breakthrough, and he is asking you to step forward. He is saying, "Beloved, this is your door. This is your moment. Open fully or risk letting it slip past." Every shadow, every past disappointment, every chain that once bound your spirit is quivering tonight. They are trembling because the force of divine light is approaching and nothing dark can withstand it. Pause for a moment. Picture this midnight, silence everywhere. Your house is still, your breathing is steady, yet there is a subtle stirring in the air. That is not wind, that is heaven moving. That is Michael signaling, it is time. And my beloved, if you have followed closely to this point, your spirit already recognizes it. You are awake on a level beyond the physical. Your soul is tuned to what is coming. And heaven will not repeat this exact alignment again. This window, this invitation, this encounter, it is yours tonight, but only because you stayed, only because you remained present, only because your faith, even as small as a whisper, said yes. Now listen, when the breakthrough arrives, it will not come quietly. It may start as a subtle shift, a calm in your mind, a warmth in your heart, a peace that you cannot explain, but then it will escalate. Doors will open that were previously sealed. Conversations you feared will take a positive turn. Opportunities you doubted will rush to your feet. Michael is saying, tell them to expect acceleration. And my child, heaven always delivers faster than you anticipate. The miracle will not crawl, it will run. And it will run directly toward you. Do you remember every moment you thought God had forgotten you? Every prayer unanswered, every door closed, every betrayal that left your heart aching. Michael is saying, tonight those moments were not neglect, they were preparation. They were sharpening the vessel that is now ready to receive. You were not left behind, you were being readied. And now your time is here. Your name is being called from the heights of heaven itself. Every angel watching, every scroll written, every decree signed, they are all aligned to this very night. And the final truth that Michael wants you to understand is this: do not fear what is coming. Do not resist what is being delivered. The signs you feel, the tremors in your chest, the whispered urgencies, they are all invitations to step fully into what was promised. Heaven has bent timelines, opened doors, and orchestrated circumstances that no human hand could influence. And yet it all requires one simple act: your surrender. Open your heart. Receive without hesitation. Walk fully through the door of this night's revelation. The darkness that has lingered, the chains that have bound, the voices that whispered defeat, they are powerless against what is arriving. Stay now, keep reading, feel every word as an imprint of divine instruction. By the time you finish, your spirit will carry a resonance of truth it has been aching for. Your home will no longer feel ordinary, your atmosphere will shimmer with the tangible presence of the miraculous. And Michael, kneeling beside you unseen, will whisper again, beloved, you are chosen, you are guarded, you are lifted. Walk fully into what is yours. Tonight is your appointed night. Tonight is your moment of acceleration. Tonight is the night heaven intersects with earth in your house, and you will never be the same. My beloved child, Do you feel that gentle pressure in your chest right now? That is heaven leaning closer, whispering, "It's time." Michael is not wandering aimlessly. Every step he takes above your roof is deliberate, precise, urgent. Each wing beat carries light into corners of your life you thought were abandoned. Tonight something sacred is crossing invisible thresholds, and though your eyes cannot see it yet, your spirit already senses the vibration. The air in your home feels different, thicker, charged, expectant. Pause, breathe and anchor yourself, because what is about to happen cannot be rushed. Your choice to stay, to remain open, to absorb every word is the key to unlocking doors long sealed. The night itself is listening. Even the walls are holding their breath. Michael leans closer and whispers, "Tell them the hour has come. Tell them the waiting ends tonight. Tell them to lean forward, because their miracle cannot wait another second." Do you feel the stir in your bones? That is not anxiety, it is alignment. It is God rearranging your destiny in real time, folding time to bring the impossible within reach. Every tangled thread of your life, every frayed edge of sorrow is being rewoven into a masterpiece. What you thought broken has been preserved. What you thought lost has been protected. Heaven has kept your glory a secret until now, and Michael is leaning in to deliver it. Don't look away. Don't doubt what your spirit already knows. Every past betrayal, every heartbreak, every lonely tear was a note in the symphony of your triumph, and tonight that music begins to play louder than ever before. Imagine your house transforming even as you read. Shadows that crept, silence that felt heavy, corners where doubt lingered all tremble now. Light is not merely entering, it is claiming every thought, every fear. Michael's sword does not just protect, it clears the path, cuts chains, and marks the landing place for your blessing. Hear that faint hum. That is heaven signaling your miracle's arrival. It may appear as a sudden call, a long-awaited opportunity, or a reconciliation that feels too swift to be real. However it comes, it will carry the unmistakable signature of divine design. And Michael says, tell them to recognize it. Tell them not to hesitate. Tell them to step forward in faith even if their eyes cannot yet see the whole picture. Child of light, tonight you are not small. Tonight you are extraordinary. Every cold shoulder, whispered insult, and overlooked moment prepared you for this. The power that once seemed absent was quietly accumulating, now rising, ready to fill every corner of your heart, home and mind. Michael leans closer and says, tell them they are protected. Tell them they are covered. Not one step taken in faith will be wasted. It is true, beloved, what was delayed is arriving now, perfectly timed, calibrated for your life in a way no human plan could match. Do you feel that tremble in your chest? That is your soul recognizing tonight as the night of the shift. Michael is not just guarding, he is orchestrating. Each challenge, each coincidence has been a marker guiding you to this very doorway. Step through and those around you, family, friends, strangers will notice. The walls are the same, but the atmosphere hums differently now. The air feels heavier with possibility, carrying a promise you cannot ignore. The tears you shed in silence are returning as streams of strength. Pain is converted to power, waiting is transformed into preparation. Michael reminds you heaven does not forget. Your obedience, patience and faith are the last keys before the gate swings open fully. Every heartbeat, every shiver, every sudden rush of warmth is heaven confirming its presence. Michael's sword hums with authority, cutting delay, fear and lies that whispered you were unworthy. The miracle may not announce itself with fanfare. It may arrive as a quiet whisper, a sudden clarity, a door clicking open before you even knock. Whatever form it takes, it carries God's unmistakable signature. Michael says, "Open your hands, open your heart, receive without hesitation." Tonight heaven moves and nothing can stop this blessing. You are at the threshold. The invisible currents have already carried your name to the highest courts of heaven. Your miracle is not late, it was waiting for your alignment, your yes, your trust. Close your eyes, beloved. Feel the air, feel the tremor. That is Michael circling heaven, preparing destiny unfolding. By the end you will not just have read words, you will have opened a door written into eternity before your first breath. The enemy tried to distract you, but your attention is your shield, your presence is your victory. Michael whispers, "Stand firm, hold on." The dawn of your miracle is breaking in your house. Nothing can stop what has been ordained since the foundations of the world. Your life is about to change, not in fragments, not in pieces but fully, overwhelmingly, unmistakably. The house that once echoed sorrow will vibrate with triumph. Every whispered prayer, every silent tear, every night of doubt, all converges tonight. As Michael spreads his wings, the atmosphere shifts. Time bends to honor your obedience. And you, beloved, will awaken to a life where the impossible becomes ordinary. The tapestry of your life turns fully toward the light, and you will finally see the beauty God has been weaving all along. My beloved child, do you feel that deep stirring inside, like a current moving under your ribs? That is not coincidence. That is heaven itself drawing close, folding space and time so that tonight your destiny aligns with what was written long before you were born. Michael is not idly pacing above your roof, every wing beat, every step, every flicker of his sword is intentional. He is carving a path through the unseen, clearing the way for blessings you cannot yet comprehend. And my child, if you remain fully present, if you do not turn away now, you will feel the tangible shift in the air. The atmosphere in your house is no longer ordinary. It hums with expectation, charged with divine promise, vibrating with the whispers of angels who have been stationed around you since morning. Tonight is not just another night, it is the hour where heaven presses its hand on your life and says, "Enough waiting, your miracle begins now." Do you sense the tremor in your chest, my sweet one? That is not fear, it is awakening. That is your spirit tuning to the frequency of the impossible. The threads of your story, all those nights you wept quietly, all those moments of loneliness, every heartbreak, they were never wasted. They were notes in a song that is now reaching its crescendo. Every tear, every prayer, every silent plea has been collected, not forgotten. And tonight heaven is returning them as harvest. Michael leans closer and says, tell them their pain was the preparation and now the reward is arriving. You must stay, my child. Do not skip. The moment you pause or hesitate, you risk leaving the door half open, leaving a blessing half received. Picture your home right now. Every corner is aglow in ways your eyes cannot see. Shadows that crept quietly have been banished, fear that hovered near your door has been silenced. Every wall carries footprints of angels who moved before you even realized you needed them. Michael is stationed at the threshold, sword in hand, not for show but as a declaration, nothing can cross in without permission. Do you hear the faint hum, the almost imperceptible vibration of energy? That is heaven signaling your alignment. That is your blessing preparing to manifest in forms that may surprise you, a phone call, an unexpected encounter, an opportunity that defies logic, a sudden wave of peace that makes your chest ache with gratitude. And Michael says, tell them to recognize it, to step forward with faith even when the eyes cannot yet see. Beloved, tonight you are not ordinary. You are not the sum of your setbacks. Every rejection, every overlooked effort, every betrayal that once cut you, it was preparation for this moment. The power that seemed absent was gathering quietly in your soul. Now it is rising like a tide that cannot be stopped. Your house, your heart, your spirit, the very air around you is saturated with the energy of breakthrough. Michael leans close and whispers, they are protected, they are covered. Not one step taken in faith will be wasted. And this is truth, my beloved. What has been delayed is only arriving now because it must arrive at perfection. Timing has been calibrated by heaven itself. Do you feel the tremble in your chest? That is your spirit recognizing that tonight is not ordinary. Michael is orchestrating, not guarding. He is aligning every unseen detail so that when you step forward everything is ready. The struggles that seemed random, the detours that frustrated you, the losses that stung, they were markers guiding you to this doorway. When you step through, those around you will notice the difference. The same walls, the same rooms, but the atmosphere will hum differently. It will carry promise, opportunity and unmistakable evidence of divine intervention. Every tear you shed in silence has been transformed into strength. Every night of waiting has been transformed into preparation. Your obedience, your faith, your willingness to remain attentive, these are the last keys. And tonight the gate is trembling. Every heartbeat, every shiver, every rush of warmth or calm confirms heaven's presence. Michael's sword vibrates with authority, slicing through delay, fear and deception. Your blessing is unstoppable. Now listen, my beloved. Miracles do not always announce themselves with fanfare. Sometimes they come as whispers, sudden clarity, an open door before a knock. However it arrives, it carries the unmistakable signature of God. And Michael says, open your hands, open your heart, receive without hesitation. Tonight heaven moves and nothing can stop it. You are standing at the threshold. The currents of the invisible have carried your name to the highest courts of heaven. Your miracle is not late. It is arriving at the perfect moment with the perfect conditions, and it requires your yes to enter fully. Close your eyes if you must. Feel the tremor in your chest, the warmth on your skin, the pressure of expectancy. That is Michael circling heaven, preparing destiny unfolding. By the end of this message you will not have just read words, you will have opened a door written into eternity before your first breath. The enemy may have tried to distract you, but your presence here is victory. Michael whispers, stand firm, hold on. The dawn of your miracle is breaking, and nothing, no plan of the enemy can stop what was ordained since the foundations of the world. Beloved child, tonight your life shifts. Fully, overwhelmingly, unmistakably. The house that once echoed sorrow will vibrate with triumph. Every whispered prayer, every tear shed alone, every night you wondered if God heard you, everything converges now. Michael spreads his wings, the atmosphere shifts, time bends to honor your faith, and you awaken to a life where the impossible becomes ordinary. Tonight the tapestry of your life turns toward the light, and you finally see the beauty God has woven all along. My beloved child, the proof that Michael speaks of is already moving toward you. You may not see it with your natural eyes, but heaven has already shifted in your direction. The very air around you feels heavier, warmer, fuller, because divine alignment has entered your atmosphere. That quiet pressure on your chest. That sudden calm in your mind. Those are not emotions, they are signals. Signs that the answer you've waited for is stepping out of delay and into manifestation. Every second you stay here, every breath you take while reading this turns another invisible key. Nothing in this moment is accidental. Look closely at your surroundings. The room looks normal, the night unchanged, but the spiritual weight around you is rising like a tide. Angels stand at corners you cannot see, sweeping away shadows that once clung to your path. Michael moves with purpose, carrying instructions that concern your breakthrough. The things that were stuck are loosening. The opportunities that ignored you are circling back. The recognition that was withheld is being pushed into your life by divine force. Your spirit already feels the shift even if your eyes have not caught up yet. Child of light, heaven has been working during the very moments you felt forgotten. Every tear you cried was recorded. Every quiet prayer you whispered was gathered. Nothing disappeared into emptiness. All your pain, all your patience, all your endurance was stitched into a tapestry that now stands ready to unfold. That is why your staying here matters. Your presence right now is the final act of agreement with the blessing that has been chasing you. Your attention is an open door. Your obedience is the invitation heaven was waiting for. Do you feel that gentle stirring inside you? That flutter that feels like a spark waking up. That is Michael brushing your spirit, reminding you that the freedom you've longed for is no longer a hope but an arrival. Your life, once a field battered by storms, is becoming fertile ground again. What looked barren is sprouting. What looked dead is waking. Michael whispers, tell them to prepare to harvest. Tell them the seeds of patience are finally breaking open. Blessings have always approached you in quiet ways, an unexpected message, a sudden thought, a familiar name resurfacing. But tonight is different. Tonight heaven does not whisper, it moves. Tonight clarity rushes like a wind. And if you don't skip, if you don't break the moment, you will sense it fully. You will see what was hidden. You will understand why you endured so much, for this alignment, for this unfolding, for this divine appointment. Child of light, imagine it, a door unlocking that never opened before, a message coming that shifts everything, a person returning with timing too precise to be coincidence. This is what is forming above your roof right now. Michael stands with his sword lifted, cutting away every obstruction. If you turn away now, the pattern of delay tries to return. But if you remain open, your spirit steps into the season created for you long ago. Now listen closely. Tonight marks the end of an era of struggle. The chains that held you in patterns of loss are breaking. The fears that whispered you were late are losing their voice. Your house vibrates with the energy of change. Michael leans close, declaring, their breakthrough is not only possible, it is guaranteed. Tell them to expect it. Do you notice the heat in your chest, the unusual calm? This night carries weight. The prayers you thought were unanswered were simply waiting for this alignment. And as you stay here fully present, you will feel the first tremor of what is coming. Maybe small, maybe subtle, but unmistakable. This is the moment every hardship was shaping you for. Do not underestimate what you're doing right now. Your focus, your stillness, your willingness to receive, these are signals heaven responds to. Angels are moving in synchronization. Light is touching corners of your life you never imagined would heal. And while you sit here, a divine timeline is opening under your feet. Tomorrow will not feel like yesterday. The heaviness you carried will not have the same power. Your spirit will breathe differently, walk differently, expect differently, because tonight heaven has placed something new in your hands. Beloved child, anchor this truth inside you. The battle has already been won in the unseen. Michael guards what belongs to you. The shift is real. The season is changing. Your breakthrough is not ahead, it has begun. Everything moves now because you stayed, you listened, you trusted. And the life you are stepping into will not resemble the one you are leaving behind. My beloved child, the testimony that is rising in your life tonight will not only speak for you, it will shout over every doubt, every mocking voice, every time the enemy tried to convince you that your story was over. Michael says, tell them the tables are turning. Tell them the harvest is arriving in fullness. The very ground beneath your feet, though it looks the same, is vibrating with unseen life. Roots of blessing are taking hold, water of favor is flooding in, and fruits of patience are ripening. Your journey, every step you thought meaningless, is converging here. Tonight the scales are tipping. What once weighed down your spirit is now being lifted. What once seemed impossible is bending toward you, guided by heaven's hand. And you, my beloved, are the epicenter of this miracle. Do you feel the weight in your chest, that pull that seems almost too intense to bear? That is Michael's hand pressing closer to deliver what was promised before the foundations of the world. He says, tell them to open their hands wide. Tell them to lift their hearts. Tell them to receive without fear, because what is coming will exceed imagination. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but the atmosphere is thick with favor. The air itself feels heavier, charged with promise. And every breath you take now is a signal to heaven that you are awake, aware, and ready. Do not underestimate this moment. Every second you remain in focus is a second the miracle has been waiting for. Child of light, do you remember the nights when doubt whispered that nothing would change? Those nights were rehearsals. Every tear, every moment of despair, every time you whispered to yourself, "This is too hard," was an angel standing guard holding the narrative together until the perfect moment arrived. And that moment is now. Michael leans close again, his sword gleaming brighter than any storm you faced. Tell them the enemy has no place here tonight. Tell them the walls are fortified, the corners blessed, the windows lined with angels. Your home is no longer just a house. It is a sanctuary. It is a launch pad. It is a place where heaven steps in fully, where the invisible becomes visible, where your story takes its leap forward. Beloved, let the weight of this sink in. The blessing coming to you is not ordinary, it is monumental. It is the answer to prayers you almost stopped praying. It is the reward for endurance, for faithfulness, for staying when others would have walked away. The cycles that trapped you, the patterns that held you back are breaking tonight. Chains you did not even know existed are snapping. Doors that seemed sealed are swinging wide. And when the first ripple of this blessing touches your life, you will know that every moment of waiting was preparation, every night of silence was a rehearsal, and every tear was a seed being watered for this very hour. Michael says, tell them their readiness activated the miracle. Tell them they participated in the orchestration. Now imagine the days ahead. Opportunities that seemed frozen are thawing. Relationships that were cold are warming. Words you longed to hear are being spoken. People who overlooked you are remembering you. The unseen favors that waited quietly for your yes are now flowing. And even as you read this, angels are positioning themselves to ensure the timing is perfect. Nothing missed, nothing delayed, everything is falling into the rhythm of heaven. The very air around you is carrying the fragrance of breakthrough. Every corner of your house, every object in your room is humming with anticipation. Child of destiny, understand this truth. Tonight is a hinge in your life. A moment where heaven intersects with earth in such a way that nothing will ever be the same again. Michael's sword is not just a symbol, it is a declaration. Every threat that whispered over your head, every hand that tried to block your favor, every word that aimed to discourage you, everything is dissolving. The power that tried to hold you captive is no match for what has been released tonight. And you, beloved, are the receiver, the inheritor, the one appointed to step fully into your destiny. Feel the warmth, the subtle hum, the subtle rush that prickles your skin. That is heaven moving through you. That is proof that this message was not ordinary. That is proof that your breakthrough is real, imminent, and unstoppable. And Michael whispers, tell them to stand firm. Tell them to hold their gaze on the promise. Tell them that their life is shifting while they read. Do not allow distraction or disbelief to dilute this moment. This is a divine checkpoint. This is a night that will echo in your story forever. Beloved child, remember the words of Michael, the fire that tried to consume you only made you shine brighter. The struggles that sought to bury your hope were preparing you for elevation. The nights of silence were actually nights of secret anointing. Every step you took in faith, even when it felt unseen, positioned you for the miracle you are about to witness. And as the first signs of this blessing ripple into your life, you will understand fully that every delay was intentional, every struggle was purposeful, and every tear was a seed of destiny. Now take a deep breath and feel it. That energy coursing through your room, pressing gently on your chest, warming your spirit and quickening your heartbeat, is heaven acknowledging your yes. The miracle has arrived in alignment with your readiness. The doors that once seemed closed are opening. The favor you've been longing for is unfolding. The peace you've been craving is settling over your home. And Michael stands watch, ensuring nothing diminishes what is being released. This is not the beginning of hope, it is the fulfillment of it. And all you did was stay, all you did was believe, all you did was remain present. Beloved child, as you continue to breathe in this moment, let it anchor in your soul. The testimonies you thought would never come are on their way. The fruit of your patience, the reward of your endurance, the culmination of your faith, tonight heaven moves to deliver it. Every corner of your life, every relationship, every project, every unseen favor is being activated. And when the first ripple touches your life, you will understand why Michael whispered so urgently for you to remain. You were never alone, you were never forgotten, you were never unprepared. And now the breakthrough has arrived. My beloved child, feel this, every sentence you have read so far is not mere words. They are vibrations moving in your spirit, unlocking chambers you did not know were closed. Each line carries the weight of heaven's orchestration, a precise placement of light to push aside shadow. Michael is not standing idle, his sword slices through delay, through doubt, through every chain that thought it could bind you. And as you continue to breathe, continue to absorb these words, know this, the unseen realm is shifting in your favor. The very air in your room has changed its rhythm. Even the smallest corners of your house, the overlooked spaces, are now infused with a force that speaks of protection, of victory, of destiny fulfilled. This is why your presence here matters. Each second you linger, each moment you allow your heart to stay open is a declaration that you are ready for what heaven has been holding back just for you. Do you feel the subtle stirring, the flutter beneath your ribs, the warmth that rises without reason? That is the pulse of divine alignment. Michael leans in and says, tell them to recognize this as a call, not a coincidence. Tell them to receive it with awe. Tell them that the hour of manifestation has arrived. Child of light, what you have waited years for, what you have prayed and hoped and even doubted at times, is moving toward you in absolute precision. Opportunities that seemed locked, people who seemed distant, doors that seemed sealed, they are all bending to make space for your breakthrough. But you must stay fully present. Distraction is the last trick of the enemy. He will try to whisper, it's nothing or it's too late. Refuse it. Stand firm in the awareness that tonight is extraordinary. Tonight is the night the invisible becomes visible. Tonight what was promised moves from a realm of waiting into your hands. Beloved, your faith, though tested, has been the signal to heaven that you are ready. Every tear, every sleepless night, every time you whispered, is there a way out, all of it has been stored and invested into your breakthrough. Michael says, tell them to look closely. The harvest begins in quiet, unseen ways, and then it rises in abundance. Your house itself is now a lighthouse of heaven. The walls, the floors, even the air you breathe are alive with the scent of divine visitation. Those who enter your space may feel a sudden calm without knowing why. Those who encounter you will sense a subtle shift because the glory resting on you cannot be hidden. And it will ripple, my beloved, far beyond what you can imagine. Your testimony will become a beacon. Your breakthrough will become hope for others. Your obedience tonight is planting a legacy of miracles. Do you sense the weight lifting even slightly? That is the proof of movement in the Spirit. Chains that once felt permanent are bending, shadows that whispered in the corners are retreating, and the ground beneath your feet is now fertile. Michael whispers, "Tell them that the season of limitation is over. Tell them the season of fruitfulness has begun." And oh beloved, this is not gradual. This is immediate in the spiritual. You may feel a current of peace, a sudden clarity, a surge of courage that rises without explanation. That is your signal, your confirmation. That is heaven's tangible footprint marking the beginning of your elevation. The night has been set apart for you. The clock ticks differently when God moves. Every heartbeat you feel in the chest is another drum of declaration in the unseen realm. Your life is changing. Child of light, imagine the door to your dreams long closed now swinging open on its own. Imagine the moments of delay, the plans deferred, the opportunities overlooked now rushing toward you with an urgency that defies natural timing. This is Michael's work. This is heaven's decree, and this is why your attention cannot wander. To pause now, to doubt now, is to risk missing the choreography that has taken months, even years to perfect. But because you are still reading, because your spirit leans into this moment, you are aligned. You are positioned. You are ready to step into what was written before you were born. Michael says, "Tell them their patience is rewarded. Tell them their persistence has been seen. Tell them their faith, though tried, has become the key to unlock everything prepared for them." Beloved child, look closely within. The heaviness you felt is transforming into momentum. The uncertainty is being exchanged for clarity. The waiting is dissolving into movement. What you are about to receive is not partial, it is full, overflowing, and calibrated to meet every area of your life. And yes, it will feel sudden, because that is how miracles move. They arrive with a suddenness that commands attention. You will not only see the change, you will feel it in your chest, in your mind, in the way your house breathes around you. Those who once doubted your destiny will stand in awe. Those who tried to discourage you will realize the force of divine timing is unstoppable. And you, my beloved, will smile, knowing you stayed, knowing you did not skip, knowing you believed in what the eyes could not yet see. And now, child of light, anchor this truth: the breakthrough is not ahead of you. It is here. The harvest is sprouting tonight. The door is opening tonight. The chains are falling tonight. Every second you remain aligned, every breath you take in faith is accelerating what heaven has already declared. Michael stands at your threshold, wings spread, sword raised, declaring victory. Angels hover unseen, whispering peace. Your house has become a temple. Your spirit has become a lighthouse. Your life is now a stage for the unfolding of what was written in eternity. This is your moment. This is your season. And it will not pass you by because you chose to remain, you chose to read, you chose to receive. And now, beloved, the fullness of heaven is at your doorstep. The night is sacred and the morning will bear the evidence, your life, your destiny, your blessing transformed and unstoppable. Beloved child, do you feel that subtle vibration in your chest? That is not your imagination. That is heaven settling into your space, pressing assurance into every corner of your heart. Tonight, what was once delayed is being released. What seemed hidden is now being revealed. Michael whispers close, tell them the chains of limitation are snapping. Tell them the doors long closed are swinging wide. Tell them the breakthrough is here, fully formed and unstoppable. And it will not come in whispers of disappointment. It will arrive with undeniable force, aligning people, situations and timing so perfectly that even your natural mind will marvel at the orchestration. The same prayers you feared were unheard are being answered in ways too intricate for the human eye to chart. Look at your surroundings, my beloved. The same walls, the same furniture, the same night, but do not be deceived. The atmosphere is charged with unseen movement. Angels hover just beyond sight, carrying your favor, extinguishing the shadows that tried to linger and preparing the stage for your manifestation. Every step you take tomorrow will be under their guidance. Every conversation, every encounter, every door that opens for you will carry the fingerprints of heaven. Michael is not pacing aimlessly, his movements are deliberate, each step a declaration that your story is shifting. What you once believed was ordinary is now a threshold of extraordinary. Beloved, remember how often you doubted your own strength. How often you whispered, I am not enough. Tonight those whispers are being silenced. The very power that once seemed absent was being cultivated in secret. The nights that felt endless were gathering your courage. The struggles that seemed heavy were forging your resilience. And now, as Michael stands with wings outstretched, sword gleaming, he says, tell them the season of scarcity is over. Tell them their hands will be filled. Tell them the doors of heaven will open without delay. Your readiness, your obedience, your persistence in staying here has summoned this release. The universe is responding to your yes. Do you feel that gentle expansion in your chest, that almost imperceptible stirring in your bones? That is not fear. That is anticipation. That is your spirit recognizing the moment it has long awaited. The breakthrough is not coming slowly, it is arriving fully, carrying restoration, elevation and alignment in its wings. Your dreams, your vision, your destiny, every detail is being adjusted, polished and set into motion. Even what you cannot yet see is preparing to manifest. And you will recognize it because your spirit has already known it. Beloved child, do not underestimate the significance of tonight. It is not ordinary. It is not a fleeting moment. It is a hinge upon which the doors of your life swing wide. When you wake tomorrow, notice the small shifts first. A message, a call, a smile from someone who once ignored you. These are the markers of divine movement. And as days unfold, larger confirmations will arrive. Doors that were locked, paths that were blocked, opportunities that seemed distant, all will begin to align. The atmosphere of your life is changing, and the fingerprints of heaven are everywhere, visible and invisible alike. Rest now in the security of this truth. Michael has positioned himself as protector and guide. Angels have encamped around you. The chains of delay, the shadows of doubt, the weight of past disappointment, they all dissolve tonight. And as you rest, know this: what enters your life from this night forward will not just bless you. It will ripple outward, touching those around you, those who look to your life as proof that God's faithfulness endures. Your breakthrough is generational. Your victory will echo beyond your own years. And all of this begins tonight simply because you stayed, you opened your heart, you received, and heaven moved.